This is a video to help you with the second technology project. So let's get started. So here we are. Going to who's doing this. And the first question, it starts off with a similar topic from last time. That is talking about wind energy capacity, but has other countries compared to last time. And also notice that there's a row at the bottom that says rest of the world, and this is for the full world. Okay, pay attention to that. It'll come in to play in the next question. So the first part of this question is to copy this table into any spreadsheet like Google Sheets or Excel, and make sure that your country starts with the first cell A1. Another option is to just click on this spreadsheet base file, and it'll open up Google Sheets, and immediately, as you can see here, it says make a copy of your own spreadsheet. So I'm going to make a copy, and we'll call it J's copy and project 2, so I can find it easily in the guide. I'm going to go back to my open map, and the first part is saying here that after you copy it, while holding the control key, you can select two columns together. Select cells A1 through A12 and C1 through C12. So let me go here, and A1 through A12. You don't want to include the world, or it'll mess up your chart. And then C1, so push the control button on your keyboard and then click on this, so you'll see a blue highlight on both of those. Okay, let's go back here. So after you select those two, it's saying the C column should have the wind energy for 2010. Let's double check that. Yep, 2010. Okay, and then it says that, do not select the entries in the bottom row for the whole world, as the total will distort the country shares in the graph. So I talked about that. Next, we're going to insert, and then we're going to choose a chart to either do a pie chart or a column or a bar chart, just to look at the display. So here we go, insert chart, and it automatically pulls up a bar chart. I'm just going to shrink it down a bit and get it aside. You can go here and use other options. Okay, there's column chart, and then there's pie chart. So you can see the bigger slices for some countries, or you can go back here and decide if I decide to go horizontally, something like this. So pick whatever you like, just that'll help you to see what makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the original for now. And then I'm going to actually pick this up and move it down below, because later we're going to need to use these columns for other calculations. All right, what else do we need to do for this question? It says, we did this part, edit your chart to make sure it displays a title and identifies the countries. I think mine already had a title and displayed the countries, so Google Sheets did it all for me. Next, it says, save your spreadsheet, or Google always saves it. Then in 2 or 3 sentences, describe what do you notice about wind energy for the year 2010. Try to say something specific and use numbers, quantitative information. So that's up to you. You can talk about which countries have a lot and how much, which countries have not as much, and so on. Okay, that's on you. Now I'm going to just do thing. Go to the next question. Next question. They're saying repeat what we did before, but instead select A1 through A12 and D1 to D12 instead. I'm going to go here and A1, scroll up, A1 through A12, push the control, and then go D1 to D12. Okay, then I'm guessing we need to do a chart again. Experiment and choose a different graph type for this one. So these are highlighted, and I go insert, go chart, and I already experimented the different types in the last one, so I'm going to keep it with this, and that way we can kind of look at side by side, look at how the megawatts change drastically on the axes and the position of the countries. Okay. All right. Going back, then you have to describe what you notice between the two graphs about the change in wind energy. So it's nice to be able to compare them side by side. Right, I'm going to move on to question 3. Now we put in stuff we've been learning in class, and that is how to use technology to do a whole bunch of absolute and relative changes. Okay, so absolute change, as we know, is mu minus old, and relative change is mu minus old divided by old, which is the same as absolute change divided by old. Okay, so we go to F1 and G1 and put some labels. Here's F1, go to the top. F1 will hold all the absolute change values. Oops, gotta spell it right. And then we go to relative change of this one. And then let's go back here, and it says go to F2 and do D2 minus C2. Okay, so there's F for China. This is mu minus old. So you push equals on your keyboard. You can type in D2 minus C2, or you can just click. So you go equals, click on this, and push minus on your keyboard, and then click on that. So it'll automatically do it for you. Oops, don't click there. It's D2 minus C2. And push enter on your keyboard. And Google Sheets asking me if I want to autofill this, and I'll say sure. That gives me the absolute change for all of the countries. Okay, and that's mentioned here as well, that you can use the fill down feature. Now, for relative change, we're going to take the answer from here. This is mu minus old, so it's pushing equals, click on this, divided by old, this is old, 2010, times 100 from your keyboard. And this is in percentage, okay? It's over 100%, and we talked about why that is in class. Okay, so that's the formula features, and then you're going to answer the questions that follow, just by reading off the table. And then there's a last question here where you just upload your file. Okay, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.